5 days ago, a quiet but massive change happened at over 5,000 gas stations across 33 states. If you pulled up to the pump this morning, you likely saw a new option: Unleaded 88. It is usually the cheapest button on the console. It looks like a bargain. But for millions of American truck owners, that blue label is a countdown to a 4-figure repair bill. On May 1st, the EPA's nationwide summer waiver officially went into effect. Most drivers think 88 is just a slightly higher octane than regular 87. In reality, it's not. That number tells you the octane, but it hides the ethanol content. This is E15, which contains 15% ethanol. And that is a 50% increase over the fuel your older engine was designed to handle. According to fuel industry estimates, over 30 million vehicles on U.S. roads today are not approved for E15, yet many drivers don't even realize it. This isn't just about fuel economy, it's about heat, corrosion, and long-term mechanical stress that builds silently over time. In today's video, we are breaking down the 7 American trucks and engines most at risk, why E15 can silently damage them, and what you must do to protect your vehicle before it's too late. If you care about your truck's lifespan, this is one video you cannot afford to skip. First, let's understand what is E15 and why it is controversial. E15 gasoline contains 15% ethanol, compared to the traditional E10 fuel that most engines were designed around. That extra 5% may sound minor, but it significantly changes how the fuel behaves inside your engine. Ethanol has about 33% less energy per gallon than pure gasoline, which means engines must burn more fuel to produce the same power, reducing fuel efficiency by roughly 3 to 5% in real-world driving. More importantly, ethanol is hygroscopic, meaning it absorbs moisture from the air, which can introduce water into your fuel system and accelerate corrosion. Studies from automotive engineering groups have shown that ethanol-blended fuels can increase internal engine wear rates by up to 25 to 30% in systems not designed for them. It also burns hotter, increasing combustion temperatures and putting extra stress on pistons, valves, and cylinder walls. While newer vehicles are calibrated to handle this, older truck engines simply are not built for these conditions. That's where the real danger begins. Not instantly, but gradually over thousands of miles. Why U.S. government introduces E15 right now? In March 2026, EPA Administrator Lee Zeldin signed the 5th consecutive summer waiver, effective May 1st, citing ongoing issues in the Middle East and crude oil prices exceeding $100 per barrel. This waiver allows stations to sell E15 year-round to help lower prices at the pump by an average of 25 cents per gallon. However, the Department of Energy's own data shows that E15 delivers roughly 1% to 2% less mileage than standard E10, because ethanol contains about 33% less energy per gallon than pure gasoline. On a 16 miles per gallon truck, that loss in efficiency almost entirely negates the savings you see on the sign out front. More importantly, the warranty trap is real. Many manufacturers' approved ethanol ceiling is exactly 15%, meaning E15 is the absolute maximum, not a recommendation. If you have a fuel system failure and the dealer's diagnostic scan shows a history of the ECU compensating for high ethanol fuel, they have the evidence they need to deny your claim. Now let's discuss the trucks and engines that shouldn't use E15 at any cost. Number 6. Marine engines. The National Marine Manufacturers Association reports that there are roughly 15.4 million registered and non-registered boats in the U.S. as of 2024, every single one of which is federally prohibited from using E15. Marine engines face a unique threat known as phase separation, which is a chemical reaction where ethanol absorbs moisture directly from the humid marine environment until it reaches a saturation point. Once this point is hit, the water and ethanol chemically bond and drop to the bottom of the fuel tank in a distinct, corrosive layer. Because boat fuel pickups are located at the lowest point of the tank, therefore, the engine first draws this concentrated water-ethanol mix rather than the gasoline on top. Mercury Marine's formal policy is clear. Any engine run on fuel containing more than 10% ethanol voids warranty coverage on a broad array of fuel system repairs. Boat mechanics are bracing for a record number of carburetor rebuilds this autumn as a direct result of owners unknowingly filling up with unleaded 88 at roadside stations. Number 5. Small engines and outdoor power equipment. The risk to small engines from manufacturers like Briggs & Stratton, Kohler, and Honda cannot be overstated, as these power plants lack the sophisticated fuel management systems of modern cars. Kohler Power has issued a stark public warning stating that E15 causes permanent and irreversible damage to carburetors, which is explicitly not covered under any standard warranty. Because ethanol acts as a powerful solvent, it aggressively attacks the delicate rubber diaphragms and plastic needle valves found in small engine carburetors. Furthermore, the higher oxygen content in E15 causes these engines to run leaner and significantly hotter than designed, which often leads to piston scuffing and head gasket failure. The primary danger here is the gas can trap, where a user fills their truck with 88 octane and inadvertently uses the same fuel for their mower or generator. This mistake often goes unnoticed until months later, typically in the fall or during an emergency, when the equipment simply refuses to start due to internal corrosion. Number 4. GM 5.3-liter Vortec AFM engines. The GM 5.3-liter Vortec with active fuel management is particularly vulnerable to E15 because of its already delicate balance between fuel efficiency and mechanical durability. AFM systems deactivate cylinders to save fuel, but E15 creates uneven heat distribution inside the engine, and ethanol only amplifies that imbalance. Ethanol-blended fuels can dilute engine oil more quickly, that reduces its lubricating properties and increases metal-to-metal contact inside the engine. Studies have shown that ethanol contamination in oil can reduce lubrication effectiveness by up to 15%, accelerating wear on piston rings and cylinder walls. Combine that with the Vortec's known oil consumption issues, and you have a situation where the engine is constantly under lubricated stress. Over time, this leads to lifter failures, ticking noises, and eventual engine damage that can cost thousands to repair. Drivers may not notice the damage immediately, but after 50,000 to 80,000 miles, the effects of E15 can become very noticeable. This is a classic case of a slow-burning problem that builds up quietly until it becomes unavoidable. Number 3. Air-cooled V-twin motorcycles. For the 8 million registered motorcycles in the United States, E15 is not just a mechanical risk, it is a violation of federal law to operate a motorcycle engine on any blend higher than E10. Harley-Davidson has even resorted to sending service reminder postcards to owners, specifically citing the U.S. statute that prohibits the use of E15 in their bikes. The American Motorcyclist Association, AMA, has flagged air-cooled engines as being particularly vulnerable because ethanol has a higher latent heat of vaporization, but a lower energy density that may lead to significantly higher operating temperatures. In a car with a liquid cooling system and a radiator, the ECU can sometimes compensate for this heat, but an air-cooled V-twin has no way to dump that extra thermal load in stop-and-go traffic. This leads to knocking or pre-ignition, where the fuel-air mixture explodes before the piston reaches the top of its stroke, eventually shattering piston rings and damaging cylinder walls. Number 1. The OBS Ford F-Series. The old body-style Ford F-Series is the most numerous truck on this list, and its fuel system is perhaps the most complex due to the dual-tank configurations common in the F150 and F250. These trucks, whether running the 4.9-liter inline-six or the massive 7.5-liter 460 V8, rely on a mechanical or early electronic switching valve to move fuel between tanks. Ethanol-rich E15 causes the internal rubber seals of these switching valves to swell and bind, often leaving owners stranded with one dead tank or a total fuel blockage. Ford's own owner's manuals for several years explicitly stated that fuel containing more than 10% ethanol was not approved, and they did not raise that limit to 15% until the 2013 model year. For an OBS Ford owner, the 88 octane at the pump represents a direct threat to the reliability of a truck that many rely on for daily work. The older the truck, the less tolerance the fuel system has for the chemical aggressive nature of modern ethanol blends. How to protect your truck from E15. Protecting your engine from E15-related damage is not complicated, but it requires awareness and consistency. First, always check your owner's manual. If your vehicle is not explicitly approved for E15, avoid it completely. Stick with E10 or ethanol-free fuel whenever possible, especially if your truck is older than 2012. Regular maintenance becomes even more critical, including frequent oil changes, fuel system inspections, and injector cleaning. Using high-quality fuel additives can help reduce carbon buildup and counteract some of ethanol's negative effects. Always monitor your engine for early warning signs like rough idling, reduced fuel economy, or hard starts can also prevent small issues from becoming major repairs. The key is understanding that not all fuel is created equal, and using the wrong one consistently can cost you thousands over time. The bottom line is, E15 fuel might be marketed as the future, but for many truck owners, it's a hidden risk that can slowly destroy engine reliability. The difference between a truck that lasts 300,000 miles and one that fails early often comes down to simple decisions like fuel choice. If this video opened your eyes, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with other truck owners.